need to hear it. Wow, okay. Heard. So I am going to tune in. As always, take what resonates. If the shoe fits, wear it, but don't force your foot into a shoe that was not meant for you. And I just encourage you, if you can, to be in a space where you are receptive and will not potentially be interrupted. But if you are interrupted, know that there's a reason for that, okay? Everything has a reason, even if we don't necessarily see it in the beginning. And to just be receptive to what comes through. Hey Ricky, you're just in time. You're just in time, bestie. Okay, let's get into it. Get myself more. No, that's too far over. Hello. Welcome everybody. If you're just finding me, there's a reason. We're gonna do a channeled message here. My channel messages generally are a little bit on the longer side. Welcome Spiritual Diamond. So just trust that you're going to be here for the part of the message that you were meant to hear. Greetings, blessings, and welcome, dear ones. Now is the time to exhale, to release that which you have been carrying so tightly, so afraid that if you let it go, you will somehow be lost. We invite you to exhale and breathe in the love and the truth and the essence of who you are. There's much swirling and moving and changing in the world today. The energies can feel chaotic. It can feel disorienting. And at times when you are not fully grounded into the present moment, it indeed feels overwhelming. But in this time together now, you can release that fear. You can allow yourself to rest into the embrace, into the peace that resides right here, right now. There is no rush. There is no sense of urgency here, for you simply are, and we are with you to remind you that you are safe, that you are protected, and that you do not need to spend so much of your day worrying about if you are doing the right thing, about if you are on the right path, if you are making the wrong choices. hear us well when we say, you are doing what you came here to do. You are here to be the beacon in the storm, to be the safe haven for those who have long struggled. And you are one of those people for which you are intended to be a safe haven. And when your mind becomes a battlefield, when you are constantly second-guessing yourself, when you are speaking poorly about your choices and about your actions or inactions, you have forgotten that you are the refuge that you seek. You carry within you a powerful force of love. You have felt this, but you have not yet fully experienced the true immensity of the love that you carry, of the love that you are, of the love that is waiting to be shared. And you are so willing and ready to give it freely to others, and yet hesitate and withhold it from yourself. So we are here today to invite you, if even just for an instant, to feel the love within yourself. To give yourself the love and the compassion and the understanding that you are perfect as you are. That you have always made the best choice with the circumstance at hand. Even those of you who fight hearing that, whose minds begin to be filled with reasons why that is untrue, with the echoes of voices of those in your life who told you there were conditions you needed to meet before you were loved, before you could touch the essence of truth that you carry. Those echoes are merely remnants of the past, and we ask you to set them aside for just a moment. You can always pick them up again. But for right now, we are inviting you to the sacred space of your heart. often we sometimes have difficulty in finding the words in your language to express the infinite love that we feel and that you carry within. It is something your mind struggles to comprehend, but your heart can feel it. And at first, the feelings that arise may not feel loving. They may not feel safe. They may, in fact, be quite confusing. And the reason why that is what you first experience when we invite you into this space is because you haven't allowed yourself to feel it yet. Meaning, those feelings have clouded your love. They have clouded your sense of purpose. They have clouded the truth of who you are. And so we encourage you not to be frustrated, though we understand it is frustrating. We invite you to accept those feelings and say they are welcome here too. For all are welcome. And as you welcome those feelings, instead of judging them as wrong or judging them as something you do not want, you will be surprised at how quickly you move through them. Just like you move through the clouds so effortlessly. They are not really obstacles. They're just a little bit of dust, a little bit of smoke, masking what lies deeper. Some of you are feeling a sensation of vibration, even shaking a bit. We invite you to not resist that either. It is your body merely responding to the stimulus of love. It hasn't felt it in a while. It's forgotten how to receive it. So it is a tad uncomfortable. This is not, as some would label, a sign that something has gone wrong. It is genuinely your body integrating a frequency you have been dismissing and resisting. There has collectively been a period of a long winter, a time spent in the dark, a time spent wondering if the sun will ever return, a time spent wondering if the seeds you planted will really be able to emerge through this frozen tundra you have been traversing for so long. And we promise The time of spring is here. The time when your struggle and the darkness in which you still feel will not lift. It will begin to be brightened, but not by the sun, dear one, by you, by your light, by your love. As you allow yourself to feel the warmth of your soul, the true radiance of your heart, the genuine light within you, it will be as though you skipped ahead a few chapters. You will be startled at first that the snow seemingly melted overnight. But that is your power. On the surface of your experience, there is currently a frequency of uncertainty, a frequency of discomfort of what may come next. You need not fear the changes that are upon the planet. It may appear chaotic, but appearances are deceiving. This is not a battle to be fought, to be won or lost. This is a reunion. And as you tune in more deeply with the essence of who you are, with the love you carry within you, you will begin to recognize that the reunion is to be celebrated. That the only thing that will seemingly be lost is the multitude of expressions of fear playing out in a variety of ways upon the surface. But what will be found is the frequency below, the truth, the call for love that you are here to answer. Breathe, dear one. Exhale. You do not need to hold your breath anymore. For those who are ready, who are willing to accept, we come with a gift. We invite you to rest into your heart center and to envision a healing light that comes and surrounds you. It fills you from every direction. This healing is one of remembrance, to release a bit of that veil of forgetfulness, to allow a remembering of your truth, of your soul, to deeply mend to rejoin the pieces of yourself you rejected out of fear, to reunify your thoughts and feelings, you need not do anything but simply accept and allow this light to surround you. Even if it feels as though nothing is occurring, don't worry. Your conscious mind may tell you that nothing has occurred, but your soul receives. We offer an additional gift for you in this moment. For there are 4 of you afraid to express a universal, beautiful expression of love. This will activate the remembrance of the universal language of light, which is expressed in many dialects. You need not fear this. There is a reason it frightened you in the past, but you have learned all you need to from that fear. And this activation will feel a bit uncomfortable. It may be felt as pressure in your forehead or pressure in your heart. But remember, we already told you you are safe, and you need only accept it. Our final message for our time with you today is one of a reminder to be gentle with yourself, to be kind to your mind, to be kind to your body, and to be kind to those around you who may not yet understand the deeper meaning of the human experience. They too are doing their best. You are infinitely loved, eternally lovable, and wholly loving. Accept yourself as you are, and allow yourself to be surprised at how effortless it becomes to simply share that love you carry, not only with the world, but with yourself. take your time to come back, to ground back into your body, into your present moment. For those of you that accepted that activation, make sure you drink a lot of water. And I mean way more water than you usually drink. Thank you for receiving. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Ruthie, even more water. Even more water. Yeah. So for those of us that don't drink enough water during the day, and then you all of a sudden like slam a whole bunch before you go to bed, so then you like get woken up in the middle of the night because you have to go to the bathroom, that's not an accident. Like, that is genuinely an interruption in your sleep cycle so that you can reground into your present moment and not spend too much time in your astral energy. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you. For anyone that's feeling lightheaded, or any pressure in your head, take a moment with me, because I need to right now, to ground into your physical body, but also to ground your energy down into the planet. So the visualization they're showing me right now, they're okay, that's too many, one at a time. The tree, always the tree. But they're also showing me, what is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, what? Okay. I've never seen this before. They're showing me a totem pole, and they want you to envision your totem. And you have 7. And they want you to envision yourself scanning down the totem, seeing each element that is there, and spending more time and energy on the bottom of the totem. Wow. Okay. Whoever that was for, they said it was received. For everyone else, I am envisioning the tree, and what feels the best for me right now is to feel rain washing over every part of this tree. You feel it starting at the top in the upper leaves, and it's gently washing down over you. You feel it going over the leaves, to the stems, to the smaller branches, and it's starting to get soaked in, and you feel it soaking in, and it's trickling down. It's getting closer to that trunk. And as you feel that energy washing down, 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 it's washing down, and now you feel it on your trunk. It's not only grounding, it's cleansing. You feel it washing down over you, and now you feel it soaking down into the ground. You feel your roots stable and secure. Extending down deep into the earth. Any energy you feel stagnating up in your crown, in your third eye, anywhere in your throat or your heart, feel yourself pulling it down. It may want to express outwardly through a burp or a yawn. You may want to actually use your voice in some way. Even just a deep exhale will help you in releasing that. We are grounded in the here and the now. That felt so good. Whew, okay. Bay Cruise, if you want to travel to Europe someday, it shall be. It shall be. Oof. I have no idea how long that channel was. Somebody needs to hear this. So, yes. Yes, Ruth. Oh my gosh, of course you just asked that. That's what I was about to say. So who I was channeling, they're calling themselves the Trinity, which is not a surprise to me. But this is the first time I've heard it expressed like this. That is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay. I am like so hesitant to even say this, which it makes me know it's true. But so they're calling themselves the Trinity, but it was our bestie Jesus. Jesus was channeling along with Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene. So it was the three of them joining in this really beautiful trinity of like the masculine energy of Jesus with the feminine energy of Mother Mary. Oh my gosh, this is making me like vibrate so much. With the joining of Mary Magdalene, which was an embodiment of both, of masculine and divine. And it's making so much sense to me right now. Yeah, I got a lot of tingling going on. Like, I am like, you guys can't see it, it's mostly in my legs, but my legs are like physically like vibrating. Oh, yes, breathe, no, understand, yes. But there's more. So, Jesus is very much the embodiment of the divine masculine energy, which was of sharing through physical form, through sharing by demonstration, of being like the literal example of how to embody love in a human experience. Mother Mary was the embodiment of feminine, of the divine feminine, of birthing, literally birthing divine creation, and allowing that creation to live the life it came to live without imposing any sort of judgment or forced expectation upon the creation. And Mary Magdalene, not expressed in history in her true essence, was a genuine embodiment of the balance of both, of living as an example while birthing the expression of creation into the world. And this is why she was completely demolished in public opinion, because the true essence of her life was one that was not ready to be accepted by the collective. You can call upon any of them to assist you on your journey. Oh my gosh, there's 33 viewers. Stop! Okay. Some of you will resonate much more deeply with the way of Jesus, which is the way of leading by example, fearlessly, unabashedly, allowing expression of truth in whatever frequency it needs to be shared, while maintaining your deep connection to love. Some of you will resonate with the way of Mary, Mother Mary, which is the path of creation. This is much more difficult to put into words because it is of the feminine energy, and it is felt and it is expressed wordlessly. For those of you that reside deeply in emotion and energetic expression, you may struggle to discover your gift, because the healing that occurs in your energy field does not resonate with the logic of humanity. But it's beginning to be understood by those who are ready. And those of you who do not quite resonate with either path, you feel as though you are not meant to be a leader, but you also do not feel as though you embrace the energetic healing that was expressed. It is because you are here to live the middle path. Arguably the most difficult in your time, because you do not have an example to follow. You will forge your own path, and it will be extremely uncomfortable, and you will be seen by those who are asleep as a pariah. You will deeply trigger them. And now is the time for you to call upon your soul siblings to support you, to be guided in both ways, so you can discover the merging of both paths. All aspects of the Trinity are needed. All expressions of this universal love are being called upon. Your unique expression of that love is your power. Oh my God. Okay, so I felt a fourth energy come in, and so I said, okay, who's that? Oh my gosh. So I have a very like loving relationship with Jesus, and so he said, your higher self has entered the chat. It was really funny. But it was weird because, I mean, I previously felt as though I had a very good understanding of what my higher self felt like. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. It's like a, dude, Jesus, okay, not sarcastic so much as like just very jokey, like very dad joke, like punny, like that kind of stuff. But this was okay. So it is the essence of my higher self, but it's more of a like the collective energy of our higher selves like together. Very joyful, yeah. That's why I didn't quite like identify it right away. Sorry, I don't know who you are. Okay, wait, I just literally heard my laugh like echoing in my house. Yeah, Jesus gets like a bad rap. He gets a bad rap, unfortunately, but that's my judgment. That's my judgment. That's not how he feels. He genuinely loves everybody regardless of how he is viewed. But anyway, back to this. So each of us, like everybody that's here right now, you either very recently or will very soon feel a connection with your higher self in a way that you have not yet experienced it. You have fleetingly touched it, inconsistently maintained that connection. And it is gonna feel a bit different, is the message. And it very possibly will engender some fear, meaning it might bring up some like startling fear for you at first. Simply because it's gonna be unexpected. Even though I just told you. Still might startle you. And that's okay. You can't scare away your higher self. I can't tell you how it feels because it's going to be uniquely you. Yeah. No one can tell you what that experience is going to be like. And those who claim they can, I would use a little bit of discernment with what they're saying. Connecting with your higher self is connecting with a frequency that feels 100% authentically true. Is the best way I can describe it. It's honestly very hard to express in words. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else about that? Okay. The last message about that, those of you that have been feeling headaches, a lot of tension in your body, just uncomfortability, this is genuinely like your vessel preparing to embody. Is that the word? Embody, encompass, envelop, hold, maintain more of your expression of your higher self. It is literally like your body preparing, and it's uncomfortable. That feels like blasphemous. Oh my god. Okay. Whew. I'm gonna go ahead and trust that this is the right people to receive this. Okay, so I was saying, yeah, sure as fuck has been uncomfortable. Like, in my head I've been saying that. I'm like, my body's been super duper uncomfortable. It has not been fun. Imagine being crucified. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was real fucking funny. Oh, yeah, right? Oh, for real, I know, for real. He really does. That's how I know, like, See, this is how I know, and I don't doubt it anymore, because, like, this is the relationship I have with Jesus. It's, like, this, like, older brother, like, cracking jokes and, not taking things super seriously. And, I know! It's super funny! Oh, yeah, I know. Some of the pictures of him are like... But, one of the very, very, very first things that he said to me when I finally accepted the fact that I connected with him, and he literally sang it like this. He said, "Anything I could do, you can do better." And I, like, cracked up laughing because I was like, are you seriously doing that right now? Okay. I feel like I got distracted. But in, like, the best way possible. Like, in the best way possible, that'll be stuck in your head. Make sure you're singing it the right way, though. Anything Jesus did, I can do better. I need some water. Could you imagine us going into some, like, evangelical church and, like, singing that? Yes, Kimberly, 100%. That is what we were here to do on a global scale. Okay, I think this might be the last thing we're gonna share. That's what the second coming of Christ is, fam. The second coming is Christ, is us embodying that for ourselves. It's you connecting into whatever you want to call it. Christ consciousness, source, love, truth, the universal consciousness, and embodying it here in form. And that's what the second coming is. Beth, I will 1,000,000% be reposting this because we're done playing small. Heard? We're done playing small, and everything that came after the channeling. Hey Kay, how are you? That was still channeling, but like after I like closed the like channel, it was not closed. People that were not present here need to hear that. Because there's a lot of people struggling right now to understand their purpose and to understand what they are here to do. And even though there's still a collective religious trauma around the Bible and all of those things, could you not with my throat? It's a way to really understand the different ways of expressing divine energy. And especially those of you that are here to embody both, it's a really reassuring message. Those are tough ones, right? The ones that we don't want to hear, but we need to hear. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, this is true. This is very true. And I mean, I've had a lot of resistance along my journey. Yeah, I've had a lot of resistance along my journey of like identifying the who when I'm channeling stuff. And yeah, sure. Apparently I'm done with that. We'll see. We shall see. There are times when I'm like really, really, really 100% guided to just say spirit and to not say, because It just allows the message to be received without any kind of preconceived ideas and without that unconscious resistance that comes up. Oh, got it. Okay. So there still will be mostly times where that's what I say. But it's time for me to acknowledge it for myself. Gannon, all it takes is a little bit of willingness. You don't have to believe it right away. You do not have to believe blindly in these things. But just being willing to experience something different opens up the pathway for you to have an experience that will be undeniable. I did not believe at all when I started my journey. I was the atheist of all atheists. I had zero belief in any of this. And now I'm here channeling messages. So it just takes a little bit of willingness to be willing to experience something different. Oh, we're friends, right? Okay, I wanted to make sure, Sean. I was like, I'm pretty sure we're friends. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's a journey. Just have fun. Enjoy it. Okay. I think that might be everything for now. I'm really glad to see you here, Kay. I've missed you. Yeah, Ruth! Thank you for saying that. We friends. We friends. Okay, we're not done. There's gonna be a lot of energy up here for a lot of us in our throat chakra. Especially those of us that, especially those of us that have been less willing to share our perspective on things. It's going to be active in a way that it won't be as uncomfortable as some of the other energies, but you are literally releasing lifetimes of traumas I will, Kimberly, 1 second. You're releasing lifetimes of traumas, and it might feel gross, is what, like, literally the words I said. Unwilling to share our perspective, like not sharing your opinion on things, not being willing to speak up, not being willing to, like afraid to share what you're thinking or feeling, basically, for whatever reason. It doesn't matter what the reason is, just the unwillingness to want to speak your truth and say it out loud. Practice speaking your truth to yourself. Like, literally practice talking to yourself out loud, is what I just heard. Oh my god, I know y'all are still here. This is what the throat chakra stuff has been in your dreams, everybody. the teeth falling out, the not being able to get stuff out of your mouth, the what else? Not being able to scream. This is that is your suppressed trauma. Literally your suppressed trauma from this lifetime and past lifetimes coming to the surface to be expressed. So after you have those experiences in your dreams, you are going to be brought an opportunity in your daily life to speak your truth, to voice what you are thinking, what you are feeling, even if it's uncomfortable. It is going to probably feel uncomfortable. But don't let the discomfort stop you, because discomfort is only momentary. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna wait till they tell me I'm done instead of asking if I'm done. Okay. Yeah, I think there's a little more. I'm really glad you're here too, Ruth. I'm really glad you're here. Yeah, I've been on for a while, June. But this just divine timing. You came for the part of the message you need to hear. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, he doesn't care, Dallas, whatever you want to call him. I called him Brother Jay for a really long time. And then I started calling him Yeshua. Whatever you want, he don't care. Somebody calls him Uncle Jesse. Okay. Okay. There's also a deep healing that's occurring in our sacral. And this is very much, it is healing this lifetime, but from the majority of you listening right now, this is healing past life trauma with, I don't think I'm allowed to say that on a live, for SA. And, oh, interesting. Okay, so the guidance for this, for sacral healing, especially anything around sexual guilt or shame, fear, is to call upon your higher self, but to also call upon, like, genuinely, they're saying, like, your healing guides, your guardians, your angels, the loved ones in spirit, to really invite them in. Expression the encouragement here is creative expression in whatever way you have not allowed yourself to express. And there's a it's not going to feel connected. It's not going to feel connected at all to this sexual stuff. Like, it's not at all, like, there's no logical connection you can make. But I'm seeing, like, really expressive art, like abstract art. I'm seeing a lot of, what is that? Creating something with, like, very, very heavy tools. Like, they feel heavy, but it's very unclear. Those of you who have been in resistance to light language, that is a form of creative expression, and it's time to express it. I'm hearing songwriting, like, I'm not hearing songwriting, I'm hearing songs. And movement. Freedom of expression in your vessel. Yeah, Zumba routines. Movement. Move your body. Stop sitting so still. Stop being so still. Let your body take up space. Move in big motions. There's a few people here that repressed their light language. So light language, I like to say that it's I like to say it's a universal language, but there's many different, just like we have many different languages on the planet, right? It's expressed in many different ways. So light language, it's referred to as being, in biblical terms, it's speaking in tongues. Yes, what Kimberly just said, it's a frequency of light and sound and movement. So some people express light language through their hands. A lot of people, like the symbols that they do with Reiki healing, is a form of light language. Some speak it vocally. Oh my gosh, really? Damn it. I was doing it before I went live, but I wasn't going to share it. But, you know, we're here, so we may as well. Some people's light language comes out in symbols. I have a spoken light language that I've had a fear of sharing. I did share it one time on a live. So that's light language. In a nutshell. But it can sound very different to whoever the individual is that's expressing it. Exactly. Even universal communication has dialects. Exactly. Okay. So we went through throat chakra healing and sacral chakra healing. These are the two most prominent things that are coming up in the collective right now for healing, because it has been, as we expressed, lifetimes of trauma. So lifetimes of being persecuted for speaking our truth, lifetimes of sexual trauma, lifetimes of not having the freedom to express in the way that we have that freedom now. There's of course all of your energy centers are being healed and being brought into alignment and being cleared and cleansed and balanced. But these, for this people here right now in this moment, the focus is very, very deeply on the throat and the sacral. Stop scrolling. I want you to create a playlist. You don't gotta say sorry. You don't need to apologize here. You're welcome. And however you are feeling, whatever you are expressing, you're always welcome here. You have no need to apologize. I want you to create a playlist that you sing. And I mean sing. Like the songs that you want to belt out at the top of your lungs. Because singing is going to really bring healing vibrational frequency to your throat. You don't need to be in tune. You don't need to be in tune, okay? You're just singing for yourself. And once you have created this empowerment playlist for yourself, is what I just heard. Don't do any music that's gonna hurt your throat, though. Don't you try and be a throat singer when you're not a throat singer. Don't be screaming out some screamo music. Oh my gosh, that was funny. Okay, once you've spent some time with that, then you practice talking to yourself in the mirror with words of self-love and affirmation. I love you. I am beautiful. I accept you. You are enough. I am worthy. I am an expression of love. I am lovable. I am loved. That's okay. It might not sound true. It might not feel true. One of the things that you can do in the beginning is say, what if? What if I'm lovable? What if I'm worthy? What if I'm beautiful? What if I'm loved? What if I'm worthy? And just start small. And I promise it will start to feel and sound more true. Oh, thank you, Irving. And it will start to feel more and more true. And so starting with the what if is a really good starting point. If the full I statements don't resonate yet fully. It does get easier. It does get easier. I love that baby steps lead to an epic journey. Oh my gosh. That's so powerful. Okay. So, yes, Ruth. Yes, Ruth. Yes. This was a very powerful night. I feel very refreshed. If any of you saw me earlier today, totally different than earlier today. Okay. Here, another message. Another message. Okay, hang on. Some of you are starting to experience what feels like unexplained emotional outbursts, feeling emotions that you can't pinpoint where they're coming from, and they feel irrational to you. you may even be going into judgment with yourself around like how extreme you're reacting to things, because you're like, this should not be causing me to feel as crazily like reactive as I do in this moment. This is genuinely releasing suppressed emotions. You're releasing and actually feeling things that you didn't allow yourself to feel previously, and it's coming to the surface now. You may not pinpoint it in the moment. You may not pinpoint it when you're in the emotion. The guidance is to let yourself feel it. This is not intellectualizing the emotion. This is not thinking about what the emotion is trying to teach you. It's literally about you feeling it. Cry. Give yourself permission to cry. Give yourself permission to stomp around your house. Give yourself permission to scream into a pillow. Give yourself permission to swear. Give yourself permission to cry in the shower. Give yourself permission to go to the dollar store and buy some plates and go to a safe space where you can break them, where you can easily clean them up. Give yourself permission to express those emotions. And yes, literally turn off the mind and just let yourself express it. And once you move through the bulk of the emotion, you're not when you're in it, not when you're in the throes of it, okay? It's when you've moved through it, okay? There's going to be uncovering, an understanding, a revelation of what it was really, really going on. Yes, and a permission to feel all those other things, the good things too, the spontaneous joy, the euphoria. This is why I laugh so much in my lives. That is a joyful expression. It's never like out of like it's never condescending or like laughing at something. It's like a genuine, joyful, bolsterous laugh that comes from like the depths of my soul. So giving yourself permission to genuinely experience those emotions and feel them. Okay. The last thing. Is it really the last thing? Because I feel like I've said that 8 times. Okay. Those of you that are not sleeping well, either having a difficult time falling asleep, being woken up like at 3 or 4 in the morning, just waking up a lot of time in the night, me too, Kimberly, me too. Okay. Let me first preface this by saying I resisted this and I did not believe it, and I said bullshit when I got this guidance, okay? It is genuinely protecting you from overexerting your energy. Most of us are not going to come to a full understanding of what we do in our sleep, of our astral work, There is a massive amount of energy that is being transmuted in the astral right now. And even though our human mind wants to believe that sleep would be more restful, it would actually be more draining for us to spend a bunch of time there right now. Right, because you're sleeping at a different time. The message with this is like surrender. Like I just keep hearing surrender. Yes, it's surrendering, and when you feel tired, to take a nap. When you can, to rest. Yes, Dallas, same. It's been about the same. I've been staying up till... I mean, I've always been a night owl. I always have. But I've been staying up later than usual, and then only sleeping like 2 or 3 hours at a time, and then waking up. If you can surrender and trust that this is genuinely serving you in the highest good, you can be mad about it. You definitely can be upset about it. Use that as fuel to let you feel those emotions, because that's what that's about. Okay, that makes sense. For some of us, the sleep deprivation is making it so we have to tear down those walls we created around our emotions, so that we can basically not avoid them. It's like forced in a way. Because yeah. Okay. I think that was expressed as much as it needed to. For those of you that are remembering your dreams, that have been very vivid dreams, you don't need to remember all of the details. You don't need to remember exactly linearly what occurred. But do spend some time reflecting on the things that stand out in the dream. Because it is for healing. It is for your journey. Don't necessarily go online to look up the dream journal interpretation, like dream meanings of things, because it's going to be specific to you and not specific to the person who came up with the definition of what that represents in the dream. For example, the teeth falling out thing, like one of the first things that you'll see on the internet about it is that you experienced a deep loss in your life. For most of us, it has to do with our throat chakra. It has nothing to do with a deep loss. So to not just jump on the internet, but to actually spend time cultivating that connection with yourself and asking, what does this represent to me? What does this feel like to me? And trusting what you hear in response. Wow. I just got massively hungry. Holy moly. Okay. Oh my gosh. Last but not least, this is going to be the last one, fellas and ladies. And gender neutral expressions of truth. Okay. Lastly, be more conscious in your choices for how you are fueling your vessel. more water, more water, more water, more water, more water. You don't need to be a health freak, okay? You don't need to be like an extreme health freak. You don't need to limit yourself or exclude anything from your diet that your body naturally is craving. But be more mindful is really the message. Eat with intent. Yeah, I just powered through a pretty big box of drumsticks in my freezer. Myself? Yeah. Everything in moderation. There's nothing that we need to deprive ourselves of, but to still be mindful and intentional with our eating. Empowered Lotus, I hope that comes back to you quickly. That's like the best. Okay, I'm a Taurus, so arguably that's the best part of the human experience. Oh my god, Chris, I freaking love mug cakes. I have not had a mug cake in so long. Oh my goodness. I'm about to make me a snickerdoodle mug cake. Yep, that's happening. Okay. Yes, Kimberly. The Chinese food did not sit well in my body yesterday. Did not sit well, but it was delicious. Okay. Dark chocolate in moderation is very good for you. Me too, Kimberly. Me too. I was sitting there very unhappy about it. And then you know what I wanted? Candy. I was like, that's probably not a wise choice to be putting into my body right now when I'm literally feeling sick. Like yep. And then I was very puffy this morning. But it was so good. It was worth it. It was worth it. Okay. I am deciding that was the last thing for tonight. Because I've been on, I don't know, at least an hour and a half. But I think longer. Yes. Definitely. The message around food was just to be more mindful with what you're eating. Listen, my personal belief around this is we don't need to deprive ourselves of anything. When our body is craving something, there's a reason that it's craving it. And to give yourself permission, right? So give yourself permission to want to have those chips and dip, but before you eat it, to ask yourself, what is this craving about? Because a lot of those food cravings are tied to potentially an emotional reaction. Could potentially be like a comforting thing that you haven't quite correlated yet. So just to be mindful, like we just said. But I am of the camp that you do not need to deprive your body of anything, because our bodies are way more powerful than we give them credit, especially when it comes to healing and being able to process those things. Yeah, I'm being more intentional. I love fruit. I absolutely love fruit. I really love veggies. I really love... Bye, Roger. It was nice to see you. I really love those foods. So I'm gonna have more of those. I'm gonna be eating more of those lately. Okay, so that's all we're gonna talk about tonight. That was a lot. There was a lot of information that we shared tonight. This was lovely. I really missed this. I am going to go rest. I am going to go do that. Before I say goodbye, I am going to disconnect as per usual. I always end my lives with this. I encourage you to do this along with me, to disconnect from the collective energy, as well as to clear, cleanse, and call your energy back. So I invite you to go ahead and join me in this as well. I willingly release and let go of any energy I picked up at this time, knowingly or unknowingly, to be sent through Source, cleansed and healed, wrapped in love and light, and returned to where it is meant to be. And with this breath, I call my energy back through Source, cleansed and healed, wrapped in love and light, and returned to me in whole. And with that, I know it is so, and so it is. Oh, thank you, fam. Thank you for being here. Express gratitude for yourself, for being willing to receive. I will be reposting most of this, if not the whole thing. I'm probably just going to post the whole dang thing raw onto YouTube. So if you missed the channeled messages or if you missed any part of it, you'll be able to go back and revisit it. So sending all of my love and light and gratitude to each and every one of you. Have a beautiful rest of your evening or day, wherever you may be. Bye, fam.